Hi folks, this is Tom with AlumiGlo Lighting. Today I want to talk to you about our new GTX 13000 Bullynetting and Flounder gigging trolling motor light. So this light's designed to actually mount on your trolling motor. Unlike our GTX 13000 light head, which actually uses a mounting bracket and a longer pole to mount on the front of the dock. A lot of people don't want to drill holes in the boat. In their bow and mount a bracket up there, which I understand. So that's the primary reason we came out with this light. While there are a couple drawbacks of this type of light, which I'll get into here in a minute, it is a quick and easy way to go out and do a little bit of fishing. If you're not going to be fishing every night, it's a quick and easy way to get out there on the water and do some bully netting or some flounder gigging without drilling holes in your boat. That's going to be permanent. So unlike the GTX 13000 light head that, like I said, uses a vertical shaft in our mounting bracket, which actually mounts to the front bow of the boat, this one attaches directly to the shaft on your trolling motor. So basically this part, the kit includes two stainless steel brackets. All you do is you got to take these, just take these clamps apart, all the way apart, wrap it around your the shaft on your trolling motor, and then around this, and then just tighten those down, and your light's going to be mounted right on the front shaft of your trolling motor. So I would drop this down as far as you can, close to the trolling motor as you can, get it as low as you can, and it gets it out of your way and also gets it deeper in the water as well. So that's all there is to mounting the light. Now there's not much to it. It's got a 25-foot cord. The cord runs up obviously along the shaft of your trolling motor and then back to the battery. So it does come with a 12, 24, 36 volt driver. So this driver, you can attach this light to either 12, 24, 36, and then it comes with battery clips. There's also an optional on-off switch if you want to use the on-off switch to turn the light on and off without just unhooking the battery clips. That's available as well. Now this light, you don't always have to use it as a trolling motor light. So it's the same exact light as what a GTX 13000 light head is. The only difference is it has a short 7-inch piece of PVC on there, which is attached to your trolling motor. But that can be removed, and you can put a longer shaft on this at a later time if you want to, with one of our brackets or your own bracket, and you can mount it directly to your boat. So what it is isn't always what it is. So all you do to remove this short piece of PVC is there's two screws, one on each side of this 90-degree elbow. You just loosen those up, and this piece just pulls right out. And now you can slide a longer piece of PVC in there if you want to, and use it, as a different mount. So when you get this light, it'll come in a box. The 7-inch piece will be not attached, so just to fit it in the box. So all you have to do is just slide this piece up, stick it in good and tight, and tighten those two screws, and you're good to go. The light itself is a 120 watt light. It has a double dome on it. So what this lens does is it's a polycarbonate lens. There's actually two lenses. You can't see them, I know, on here, but there's a top lens which is held in place by these three screws. And if this lens on top ever gets scratched up or beat up, you just take these three screws out and pull this lens off, and you can replace it. The lenses are like $6, they're not expensive, but that keeps the inner side lens from getting scratched up and beat up. So this top lens is polycarbonate, and they're really durable. You can beat them up really hard. If anything happens to this, it's probably just going to get scratched up after so long, bump against the bottom, whatever, and it may have to be replaced. But you want to be sure and protect that lens on the inside. So it's 120 watts. It's got 121 watt LEDs. It puts out 13,200 lumens of light. Now this light is available in white, 5000K. It's not dual color, so it's one color, 5000K pure white, and that's what 90% of all the bully netters and the flounder fishermen use. 3000K is more for murky, dirtier water. If your water is moderately clear at all to clear, the 5000K is really the route you want to go. But it's also available in green, and the reason why we have it available in green is because some people will use this light as a regular fishing light. They'll use it for shrimping or for different things where green light is preferable over white light. So it is available either one. Also, the driver, it does come standard with the 12, 24, 36 volt DC driver. We also have 120 volt drivers available. So if you want to use it on a generator or plug it into shore power, whatever the case might be, those drivers are available as well. So that's really about all there is to it. It's pretty simple. But one thing I was going to tell you about this reflector. So this is a 120-degree reflector. So unlike the small cob lights, you know, our 13,000 or Flounder Pro 13,000 has 3 individual light heads on. You got one shining forward, one to the left, and one to the right. Those cobs use a 60-degree lens, meaning that the angle of light that they put out is narrower, so it's 60 degrees. So you got 60 this way, 60 that way, 60 that way. Now the only downside to that is that there's sometimes a little bit of shadow in between those lights. So when you're right up close to the boat, that light doesn't have time to flood out yet, and so you got some shadows in between those lights. Because you got 60, 60, 60. This light uses 120 degrees, which is more like this. So this light equals all 3 of the lights on the Flounder Pro 13,000, and you don't have the shadows to contend with because it's throwing a lot wider area of light. So that's the advantage to this light. One other thing I'll tell you about this light, the small cobs that come on the Flounder Pro 13,000, they have a driver on the inside of them. What drivers do, kind of like this is a big driver, the smaller cobs have a small driver on the inside of those. And what drivers do is they actually convert voltages either up or down. So in that small cob, the driver converts the voltage from 12 volts to 24 and bumps it up to 36 volts. So the LEDs in those small lights are 36 volts, just as these are. And what that driver does, it converts the voltage up. Well, we can do that in the small lights because each of those lights is only 40 watts, whereas this one's 120. So anything really over 48, 49 watts has to have an outside driver because they're just too big and too powerful to put inside of a light. You can see, obviously, this big driver is not going to fit inside that light, so it has to be an external driver. Now, some people say, well, you know, I'm not sure I want to contend with an outside driver. Well, they can sometimes get in the way. They go back by your battery, so they're not really in your way. But the advantage to having an outside driver is those small lights with that internal driver, once the driver, if the driver goes out, it will. Drivers are kind of like ballast in a fluorescent light, and they will eventually go out. And there's nothing you can do with them. I mean, when the driver goes out in the small cob lights, the light's just shot. It's no good. We can't fix it. They're sealed. They're just a throwaway. Whereas when this driver goes out, all you have to do is unplug it from the primary power cord. We can send the new driver out, and the light's still going to work. LEDs don't usually go out very often. Now, they're electronic. Anything can fail. And there's other electronics in the light, but typically, if anything's going to go wrong with the light, it's going to be the driver. And in this case, it can't be replaced. One other thing this driver does that the small lights do not, the small lights always have to have 12.1 volts going to each one of those lights at all times. If the lights or the battery drops to the point where those lights cannot all get 12 volts, one of those lights will just start turning off one at a time as that battery drops, because they all have to have 12 volts going to them all the time. This driver is a new type of driver, and actually it will allow the voltage to drop clear down to 5 or 6 volts. So this light will actually get a little dimmer, a little dimmer, a little dimmer, kind of like the old incandescent bulbs did, and not just turn off like the smaller cobs use. So this light does have advantages to it. It throws a wider spread of light. It's got the same amount of lumen, same wattage as what the 3 smaller ones do. And overall, to be honest with you, this light puts out a little bit more area and a little bit more brightness than what the 3 individual lights do. Yeah, even though it's been a really great and a popular light, that light head assembly, this overall is a less expensive light and puts out actually even more light overall than what this does. So if you got any questions on this light or any other lights we got, folks, give us a call. Our number is 785-621-2646. Thanks so much. Have a good day.